welcome to my channel and to today's video. My name is Sophia and I am so excited because as you saw, maybe I need to explain a little bit more, but I am going to be making my souvenir type sweater with all the yarns that I bought from my recent trip to Europe in May of 2025. So this is an idea that I had. I think I morphed like some ideas that I saw maybe on TikTok or something, but unfortunately I don't have any of the people that I was kind of inspired by to do this, but it kind of morphed into my own idea. So basically what I did was that I was visiting 6 cities in Europe in May, as I said, and in each of the places I bought a few hundred meters of yarn of different styles, and what I'm going to be doing is making them all together into a really colorful, sort of oversized, lovely sweater, which is kind of like a memento from the trip because I'll be able to tell people or just know myself where each of the yarns came from and the little story that it had. So I just got back yesterday actually from my trip, and yeah, I want to show you guys the yarns that I chose at each of the places and talk about my experience and the yarn stores that I visited. So our first stop on the trip was Paris, and I'll be putting the yarn store on the screen in case anyone wants to visit the yarn stores, and I'll also talk a little bit about them. So in Paris, it was a really cute yarn store. It was kind of like a corner in a corner lot, if that makes sense. So it was kind of like triangular shaped. And a lot of these places were quite small because I was going to independent places, not like big chains or anything. So it was quite small. And I'm also used to my local yarn store, my independent yarn store is the largest yarn store in Canada. So it's huge. They have so much yarn, but obviously that's not normal. Like, it's not a normal sized yarn store. So a lot of these places were really smaller, but they still had incredible selection. Unfortunately, what I'm not going to be able to do for you guys is talk about the price because I really don't remember. I wish I kind of wrote it down, but that's okay. It's not really that important anyways. But the 2 that I ended up choosing from Paris is from this brand called Concept by Katya. And I'm sorry if it is reversed. As always, I say in my videos, I really don't like the way I look mirrored. So this is just gonna have what it's gonna be. It's called Cotton Merino Extra Fine Wool. This is about 105 meters. And it says it is 70% cotton, 30% virgin wool. Okay, that's it. So I thought there would be more, but it's just those 2 because obviously that equals 100%. And yeah, it's this beautiful light pink color. This is a brand, we might have this here in Canada. I'm not sure. I personally have never seen it before, but yeah, I really liked that light pink color. And I also got this one, which happened to be the same brand. It was just, I wasn't meaning to do that. It was just what I liked. This one is around 120 meters. It's called Alpaca Silver Superfine Alpaca. And it really, oh yeah, you can kind of see, it's like a little bit sparkly, which just adds a little something extra to it. This one is 73% alpaca and 20% polyamide and then 7% polyester. And that's quite soft. I personally love alpaca. Also, I do have to apologize if you hear any like yard work chainsaw noise. One of my neighbors is cutting down some trees today, so can you hear that? It's kind of unavoidable, so sorry about that. But yes, that is what I chose from Paris, and I do recommend that yarn store. And for all of these ones, I was obviously a tourist and I don't speak the language for any of the stores. So speaking English wasn't an issue at all in Paris. Just when I was there, the person did speak English and she was quite nice. She was really friendly as well. So yes, recommend that yarn store. I wish that I spoke the language of all the places that I traveled to, but unfortunately that's unattainable. The next place that we visited is Geneva, and shockingly I chose the same brand. Again, I really wasn't trying to do this Concept by Katya brand. This one is called Cotton in Love. Oh, and of course the yarn store will be on the screen. Cotton in Love, I don't know if that's supposed to be Egyptian. Sorry for all the noise. It's Egypcian. Egyptian, but not spelled correctly. Cotton and fine merino wool. This is 115 meters and it is 50% cotton and then 50% wool. So perfect mix there. And it's this cute little dark purple color. For my experience at that yarn store, Switzerland is an insanely expensive country. So the yarn there was really expensive and way out of my budget. like the ones that I liked. I saw a bunch of alpaca that I liked, but they were going for about $12.50. What's the money that they use there again? Francs, Swiss franc, for one ball of yarn. That was like 150 meters maybe, and that was just personally out of my budget. I understand with like higher minimum wage and stuff that prices are going to be higher, but just for me, it was a little too much, but I was glad to find at least one. So I did only end up getting one there. And I'll just put it out there right now, I pretty much had a good experience at all of the places that I visited. Like there wasn't anywhere that I felt they were unwelcoming to me as a tourist. I'm not someone who is really out there. Like I am quite quiet and reserved, and especially when I'm visiting new places, so maybe that helped that I was respectful, but everyone should be respectful when they're visiting other places. So yeah, all of the places I had a good experience, and I would recommend all of them. So if you are visiting any of these places, that's why they're on the screen. Next, we went to Zurich, and it was a little bit cheaper there again, so I ended up picking up 2 balls of yarn, and we finally have some variety in the brands. So the first one is this. I'm not sure if the brand is Lana Grossa or if it's Linnea Pura, but that's what it looks like. It's called Cotton Wool. It is 53% wool, 47% cotton. So as you'll see, this is the type of yarns that I like, the way that they feel for me. So that's the type that I buy. And it says, I'm not sure if it says how many meters it is. Oh yeah, it's 195 meters. And it's that cute little green yarn, light green. And I also picked up this one, which is the same brand, Lana Grossa. This one's called Natural Knits, and it's called Bottoni. And this one is 125 meters. It's, 53% cotton, 24% viscose, and 23% virgin wool. So yeah, it's this cute little orange color. Moving on, the next place we went was Venice, and I just ended up picking up one. And this is the same concept by Katia brand, as actually the same exact yarn that I got in Paris. You can see it both has that silver shine. And I thought that Venice one also had kind of low selection just because of how small it was. But I really like this one, and I thought it would be nice to have the same yarn in a different color because it has this sparkle, so it can help tie it in, and that won't look like such an outcast, if that makes sense. So yeah, I already talked about it when I talked about the other one, but it's 73% alpaca, 20% polyamide, and 7% polyester, and 120 meters. So cute. Next, we went to Vienna, and I was really, really happy because they had their own brand of yarn. So that's the yarn store. It'll still be on the screen, but it's called Woolween, which Vienna in German, I believe, is Wien, like W-I-E-N. Like that's what they call Vienna. Vienna is the English word, but Wien. So I think this means like wool Vienna, maybe. I'm not sure though. And so yeah, this is the first one. It's this nice sort of bright pink color. It is called Merino 150, 100% merino wool, 150 meters. So yeah, I was really happy to see that they had their own brand of yarn because I didn't want to buy something that was like mass produced, and I don't know if these brands are because I haven't seen them here at home, but this one is so nice that it was like directly from that yarn store I was getting their yarn, if that makes sense. So that's the first one that I got in Vienna, and I did pick up another one which is a lot different from that one, but also by their own brand. This one's called Corfu, and it's 50% organic cotton and 50% organic wool. So again, similar blend, and it's just this kind of pale yellow and sort of burnt orange mix that I really thought was unique, and it is 125 meters. For the last place we visited was Prague, and I got something that's a little bit out there, but I think it will still go well together, at least I hope. It is a lot of variegated ones. So this is the first one. It's like a pale sort of variegated one, and this is the brand, if you're interested. It's called Scapel, I think, edition 3, and it actually has this like little book that has a lot of information in it. I'm not too sure exactly why, but it is 100% merino fine superwash. 100% wool? I'm not sure. I think it's 100% merino wool. It says 100% twice, so it can't be 300%. And it is 150 meters. So that's the information on that one. And spoiler alert, I did already start working on the neck of the sweater this morning when I woke up, but I am using the other color. Like these are the two that I got. They're the same. It's the exact same as this one, just in a different colorway. So I already took the little tag off, but I really love the way that it's working out for the neck. I think that'll be a lovely, colorful start to the sweater. So yeah, I'm already started it. And also what I really liked about these yarns is that, I don't know if you can tell, but it shows like how it'll work out when you do it, if that makes sense. Like it shows how the variegation looks. So I thought it was really, really cool. So yeah, those are all the yarns that I picked up, and I'm going to be using a 4.5mm hook. This is such a silly hook. It's so long because it's for Tunisian crochet, but I don't have another 4.5mm, and I'm like, why am I gonna buy one when I have one that's perfectly fine? So yeah, I've started on it. I'm not really close to being done. Usually for my neck hole, I'll do it until it's like 9 or 10 inches long, and this is what, like 4 or maybe 5. So I still got like halfway. I'm halfway done. But yeah, I love the color variegation. So I just wanted to take you guys along with this process because it was something really fun and different that I decided to do with my crochet. And I still have to plan out, I'll of course update you, but I have to plan out the order in which I'm going to do the colors. I think I'll just lay them out in a way that I like, and then number them so I know, because I'm going to be doing one row and then switch. But I kind of don't want to do it randomly because that just won't work in my head. So anyways, I still have to do some planning and thinking, but for right now, I'm going to eat some breakfast. I really missed having eggs when I was in Europe. I barely ate any eggs. So I'm making some hard-boiled eggs. I'm going to make a little egg salad with my Kewpie mayo, which I love, and then I'll sit on the couch. It's a rainy day, which I'm kind of happy for because it means I can just not feel guilty about staying home and crocheting all day and watching movies to relax after my vacation. So yeah, that is the start of this video. Welcome again. I hope you enjoy, and let's make this beautiful sweater. A little update a few hours later. Sorry, this angle is weird, whatever. Excuse me. This is what it's looking like. Guys, do you see the vision or no? Because I know it's a little crazy, but I'm kind of obsessed. Like, I don't know, I just love how scrappy and silly it is. One thing that I'm kind of a little bit concerned about is, you see the neck is fine, like the neck is fine. But one thing that I don't know is, why does the body look so small? Or does that look normal? Obviously, I'm not following any pattern. This is just my own pattern. And if you're interested, I am not really working on it currently, but I am going to start working on a tutorial for this sweater because I haven't seen any exactly like this, and I just really like it and think it's so easy for beginners. I make like so many with this exact same style, but usually the arms are like smaller. Like, I don't know if you know what I mean, but like it's like almost like the same size, the arms and the body, if you know what I mean. And obviously the body needs to be bigger. I think it will be okay. I'm not gonna do anything now. It's just weird, but maybe it's normal, maybe. Do you know what I mean? Like, but I think it is okay. I think it'll be fine. Now I'm actually kind of concerned because, like, look, the arms are so much, like, it's kind of supposed to be like a square when you fold it out, but the arms are so much bigger than the body. I could move this stitch markers over, but the issue that creates is that you can see this line. So that line would be moved over. Is that a huge deal? No. Okay, I'm gonna have to think on this. I'll get back to you. Okay, good morning. I'm sorry for the atrocious lighting. It's really early in the morning, like 6:30, and I'm still kind of a little bit jet lagged, so I went to bed really early last night, and then I'm just not really tired to go back to sleep right now. But I wanted to show some progress for where I'm at. So I think I'm just finishing up this row, and then I'm gonna break off for the body and the sleeves. That's what it looks like. And usually I like to go between like 10 and 12 inches. I actually might end up doing another row because I would really prefer it to be quite oversized. Let's see. Yeah, it's at about like 11 inches right now. So I think I'm gonna break off. What I did end up doing is, I'm not too sure if you can tell, but this is where the arm is now, and before it was like here. I really don't even think you can tell. But anyways, I like moved it from here to here, like about 4 or 5 stitches, just so that I could get the body bigger and the arms smaller, and I think that works totally fine. But I'm not a perfectionist, so you can tell if you're like searching for it, but I personally don't care. So yeah, let me continue on this row and then break off for the next one. I just love the way it looks. It's probably not for everyone, these crazy colors, but I'm not making it for everyone. I'm just making it for me. Okay, sorry for that lighting. It's later now, like 4 p.m. and sorry I'm talking quiet. I just don't want to be like so disruptive. My family's home. Trying one of these drinks is pineapple and passion fruit. Aha, it's really good. It's like one of those things, you know, like the bubbly ones that somehow taste good but don't have anything in them. If you know what I mean, like they're like just zero everything, but it's good. Continue on with the sweater, but I was just thinking I haven't tried it on yet at all, so I hope it fits. I mean, I think it will because I just do it based off the measurements now because I've done so many of them. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep going for a bit and then I will have to try it on to see when the length is good. Or it's like this. Cute, right? Okay, this is what it's looking like. I have a tank top underneath. It's a little stiff right now, which I think is fine, but I love it, and it's like oversized, as you can tell. So I think I want it to be like at my belly button, obviously, so I need like, I think I'll do 5 rows, and then the border. I have to decide what I'm gonna do for the border because I don't really switch when I'm doing the border, or I don't want to. Hello. Excuse me. I thought we could chat while I crochet a bit. I'm currently working on the bottom, as you can tell. Sorry that my voice is like this. And it's looking beautiful. I love it. It's obviously, well, it's like the next day. I didn't really update you guys at all today because I am finally getting back into reading. And the one to do it for me was Crazy Rich Asians. I started this book last night and look how far I am. Like halfway through. I haven't read a book. That's not true. I've read books, but like at a much lower rate for me. I think between April and May, I read like 4 or 5 books, maybe, like between them both. And usually I'm reading like 5 books a month or even more, closer to 10 books in the month, which is, I'm not like over consuming or anything. Well, maybe I am, but I personally like it. Hello, it is many days later. Sorry that the lighting is just weird, but I am finally working on the sweater. I actually didn't crochet at all yesterday, and I might have the day before, I'm not entirely sure, but yesterday I just like read, and it was such a lovely day outside, so I filmed one of my book videos just outside because it was so nice, and did a workout outside, and I went to the grocery store, and I repotted my huge monstera plant, and yeah, I went to bed early, and I just didn't find time to crochet, and I don't want to force myself to crochet when I don't want to because, you know, then it just becomes not fun. But I'm finally working on it again, working on the sleeve, and hold on, I gotta show you that I haven't tried it on like at all yet. I'm just kind of going off of like what I think will work. So this is what it looks like. I don't know if you can see. And the bottom, I made it kind of tight. Oh, I should take the stitch marker out. I don't need it anymore. I made it kind of tight so it's not like gonna be like a loose bottom. Like it'll definitely like come in, if you can tell. And I basically just don't know how it will fit at all. I'll try it on in a few rows. Right now I just really don't feel like trying it on at all. I just don't want to get up out of my bed. It's 12, but I've been out of bed. Don't worry, I've been out and got ready and stuff. But yeah, I'm just gonna crochet for kind of a while here, and I'll try it on in a few rows and I'll show you. But yeah, I'm just watching YouTube, and I also edited my Venice video just this morning, and I'm gonna post that right now, so go check that out. if you're interested. But yeah, gonna keep working on this, and I'll see you when I try it on. Okay, so this is how it looks like. It looks a little bit silly, but it's not that tight. It's basically just exactly what I wanted. I look stupid a little bit with these shorts on because I would never wear it with these shorts, you know, but like more with like jeans or something. I kind of wish I didn't make it so tight on the bottom, just because I find this is looking like kind of like maybe more like vintage style, if you know what I mean, like more like maybe like, I don't know, just some like 80s or something. I don't know, I feel like that's silhouette was very popular back then with like the ballooning off of the hem, if that makes sense. I really don't know how to describe it, but anyways, I still have a lot to do on this sleeve. You can see it's not even like barely even halfway, so I'll do like another round and then see. But you know what I just noticed is that I like how it kind of matches up. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but it, like, I've been doing the same colors like here, and it's like matching, if you know what I mean. I can't really show because, but like the pink is where the pink is, the orange and the blue, like matching with the sleeve to the body. But yeah, I don't know, I like it. I think it's cute. It's exactly what I wanted. But I'm gonna go to Costco later with my mom. I'm so excited. And this is the life of someone who is majority of the time unemployed. I wish I was working more, but what do you do? I'm just out of the shower, but guys, I was working on the sweater this morning and I'm almost done the first sleeve. So I really want to finish the first sleeve. I probably won't be able to finish the whole thing today, but definitely this week I'll be able to finish the sweater, of course. But I should really have a productive day today, but I just don't really want to, like, if that makes sense. I just want to sit and crochet. Like, you can see it's super, maybe you can't tell, but it's super rainy and it's just like 20 degrees Celsius, so it's not that warm, and I really just want to sit in bed. It's so annoying when the bed sheets are loose. I hate it. I don't know why this sheet is so loose. So anyways, and I really want to watch some Anthony Bourdain because I've never watched his stuff before. Just on TikTok I've seen clips, but I saw that he's on, like, his show is on Prime, so I really want to watch that. All right, I finished the sleeve. And I really, really like the way that this is turning out. So it's backwards, but this is the body, of course. And that's what the sleeve looks like that I just finished. Oh, I can take out the stitch marker now. That was just to show where I had to do 8 more rows when I tried it on. Oh no, got caught. But yeah, so the sleeve does go down quite a bit further than the body. But I mean, that's just how clothes work, unless you have like a really, really long body of your sweater, if that makes sense. But this fits, so I'm fine with it. And I wanted it a smidge cropped anyways. So yeah, I really love the way that this is turning out. And one thing that I noticed when I tried it on is I'm so glad that I got this dark purple color, because I feel like it just adds like a stripe element that the other ones don't, if that makes sense. Like, I just can't even imagine what it would look like without that purple stripe, because it just adds like a boldness that I really like, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it's just because it's like so much darker than the other colors. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I really like it. And I love that I chose the variegated yarn for the ribbing sections, because I think that it adds, again, just like a lot more color. And that's what the sleeve looks like. So yeah, really happy, and I think right now I'm just going to stop crocheting. I walked, by the way, for 40 minutes on my treadmill, so I feel like I did at least some movement today, and I wasn't just sitting all day. But yeah, I'm going to stop crocheting just for a bit because I'm sore of sitting in this position, and yeah, I just want to stop crocheting for a bit. It's 3 p.m. Maybe I'll catch you later. I'm kind of in the mood for a movie tonight. It's just such a gloomy day. Okay guys, sorry, just put on some lip gloss that I've had since like
genuinely the 8th grade and it's still barely empty. Anyways, I wanted to share maybe my last speaking update with you guys as I am steadily working my way down the sleeve. Today was a lovely day, but I only crocheted for a bit this morning, I believe. I don't even know if I did. But I mainly actually, of course, I still had an extraordinary amount of screen time, which I'm trying to work on getting it down, but what do you do, right? It's 2025. So anyways, I wanted to share that I read this book today, and I'll speak more on it in my reading wrap-up if you guys are interested in watching that. But I really liked this so much. I read it all in one day, which is very rare for me. Normally, well, at least recently, it's been taking me a while to get through books. So to read that 200 and something page book in one day is pretty good for me. I read that instead of doing a lot of crochet, but I'm going to do it now. It's almost 8. I wish I wasn't just sitting down all day, but that's okay. Tomorrow I'm going to go for a nice long walk. That's my update, and probably the next time I chat with you guys is when I'm doing the final reveal of my vacation sweater. You guys, look, I just ran out of my first yarn. This light pink one. Look how much I have left. Literally like 4 stitches, and I ran out. Gosh, this is the last row of pink too. So, wait, I did something wrong. I don't feel like I was supposed to do pink just then. Oh my god, I was supposed to do... You're kidding! I just realized I was supposed to do this other pink here. Not this one. Okay, I gotta unwrap. Sorry, I literally just lied. I didn't run out of this pink yet because I'm not supposed to be doing it. The sweater is done. But I don't really feel like putting it on right now because I'm just like kind of in comfy clothes and in a comfy mood. So I'm gonna do the final reveal tomorrow morning when I'm already up and ready and looking nice for work. But I did want to say that I finished, okay, the sweater, obviously. I don't know why I'm saying that again, but I'll probably talk about it more tomorrow. But on this sleeve, I did end up finishing the pink, as I already told you, but then turned out I didn't actually. But then I did actually finish it, and you see I had to do one purple and then continue with the purple. But then I had those 2 variegated ones that I bought in Prague, and I finished those as well. So you can see, I don't even know where it stopped. But anyways, I finished, oh yeah, I think right there you can see I finished this first light colored one, and then I had one that was a darker color, and that's this one. And that one did end up finishing as well. So I used 3 different colors for this cap, whereas with the other one it was just the one. But I like how they look different. Like, obviously the whole sweater is like a mismatched type of thing, but I ended up finishing it up with this green one. So that means that I have 3 balls, so I should have 7 balls. Yeah, I have 7 balls or skeins or whatever you want to call it of yarn left that have not been finished. So, and I told you guys that I was kind of thinking of making like a hat or like a toque, a beanie. I don't know, we call it a toque here in Canada, but I think in other places they call it a beanie. So I think I'm still gonna do that, even though I'm missing the 3, because I think it would be cute. And imagine in the winter, obviously it's like almost the middle of summer right now, so I'm not thinking of wearing a toque at all. But in the winter, imagine wearing the sweater and then having like a matching hat on. I think that's really cute. So I'm gonna do that and get that started. I'm gonna start making that beanie. Maybe I'll include it if I get it finished or not, but that's what my plan is, and I really want to go to the yarn store so bad. I haven't gone in like so long, so yeah. Bye. Can you see? Okay, I'm outside because it's just such a beautiful day. My hair is oiled, so excuse that. But, oh my gosh, my clothes underneath. This is my beautiful vacation sweater. Let me move you back a bit. Now you can see better. So yeah, I don't really know what to say because this always feels like a little bit anticlimactic when I do like the reveal of the clothes that I made, but I just love this sweater. As I said, I love that purple, the dark purple. It added so much extra that I feel like it wouldn't have without. As I said as well, I love how it matches up, and I did that on purpose, but I didn't realize that it would match up. But I also didn't really think about it, so it makes sense. And I just think it's such a cute sweater, and the sleeves worked perfectly with the decreases that I did, and it still has a little bit of a bell sleeve, but nothing too crazy. The length is perfect. I do have my clothes on underneath just because for the day, you know, but I wouldn't wear it with that, so it might look a little bit bunchier. But yeah, it's so perfect. Yeah, again, sorry about that. But this is what the seam looks like in the back. I don't know if you can see, but you can probably barely tell. I have a trouble figuring out what is the front and what is the back as well. There's a wasp. Don't come on my sweater, please. I don't want you. It's not a flower. So yeah, that is the beautiful sweater that I ended up making. Oh my gosh, I'm scared. Wait, I'm really scared. With the yarn that I bought on my vacation. Sorry, I'm really freaking out over this wasp. So yes, love it. And also we have the little hat. I'm not gonna put it on right now. You already saw it in the clip just because I did like not too much makeup, but like my basic everyday makeup, and I just don't feel like it being rubbed off with the hat. But this is the matching hat. That's the back there. So that's why there's so much green, just the way that it ended up working. And then there's the front, what it will look like, but you know, it's striped, so you can kind of wear it whatever you want. But wouldn't that be so cute for the winter, for like the fall, like a little hat and sweater combo? And for the sweater, I did weave in the ends as I went, but for the hat, I didn't. So this is what it looks like on the inside. But thankfully, I was able to pull them all and then like tie them all together. So this is what the top looks like. You can barely tell. And yeah, it was so easy to make, and it used up most of the yarn, but not all of it. So I do still have some scraps, but yeah, there's my lovely reveal. And thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'm so happy to be back to posting crochet content, and yeah, anticlimactic end to the video perhaps, but I love my sweater, and thank you so much for watching.